Come here, you.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch. Just a flesh wound.
What up, people? Welcome back to the Nerd Crate. Today's review, we finally continue with Unique Toys M03 Kalecgos, their Onslaught. Cool figure, but as you will see later on the rating, it's not the butt of the set. You know, it's not the butt of the set. He's cool. I like him. I think it's the best Onslaught out there from the versions that actually exist, which are the Zeta toys and which is the Mastermind Creations Ocular Max one. But still, it is a very, very cool butt, and we're gonna check him out in the back. As you can see, he's a big boy. But let's get to packaging shortly. As you can see, this is a little bit more stylized than this, but it's not much, it's just bigger. Otherwise, we don't have these ugly lines. But everything else is pretty much the same, with a shot on the side, with a few shots on the back, and a few shots, and another shot on the other side. So there's no partial varnishing to it. We only have a window box. We only have this. Just so you see, there's a slight difference between those. The next two guys, Vortex and Blastoff, again look exactly the same, like Brawl and Swindle. So we're gonna leave this at that, go to the back, check out all the modes and nooks and crannies of Kalecgos. So accessory wise, this is it again. Of course, weird thing is, it doesn't have a weapon. We're gonna get to that in the fitting review. And if you think, what the hell is this crump? We're gonna get to this too. Getting to the instructions again, same method, but at least the cutout is bigger. Although not from his artwork, so this is weird, but gives you everything you need. This works really well. Not so well for the arm bots. We get to that. And again, ball dropped. Could have been a huge poster. And again, a collector card, which looks good. His artwork on the front. Weird pose, kind of, but okay. And no text packs on the back. I believe, again, the protective sheet. We see some bubbles in here and a few scratches, so protective sheet around that is nice, and the cards, yeah, protective sheet is here. That's nice. So sturdy, looking good. Next up, we got the Combiner shield, and it doesn't actually pack in any of his modes. You can take it apart, and this has a special purpose. We will see that during the Combiner review, but this actually flexes a bit here. That is rather nice, so you can close down his Combiner chest. Otherwise, nicely done. Gray flat plastic with darker gray paint applications, and some gunmetal in between here and here. So super hollow from the back, but I think overall this looks nice. And finally, his combined hip skirt, which is actually compressed, and you can decompress it like this, and looks fine with some red paint apps on the front, additionally to the darker gray. And you can, if you have it collapsed, not compressed, collapsed, you can have it in his butt mode like this, which looks weird from the front. Also, as before, you can pack in his Combiner chest or hip piece to the back here. And yeah, that's the thing. So let's get to butt mode, which looks really, really, really cool. Again, for the head, we got light piping in here, which I painted over with this orange, purpley, metallic stuff. I think that looks better. And I closed off the light piping on the top with some fitting blue. I almost matched the paint, but it's enough for me. But overall, I think the proportions are great. Looks really, really cool, really beefy. And we got some No, it's a shadow. I thought there was some darker blue in here, but it's not. Overall, same flat blue plastic, like middle blue, weird everywhere. This is the point we're getting from. This is where the little crumb comes in. And we got some olive green, light olive green, silver on those little rocket launcher tip thingies here, silver on here, with some paint scratched here. Let's do the transformation. Flat black fists, rubber tires with the silver rims come through nicely. And below here we have some more. We have some gray, blue, gunmetal, again the rims, silver down here, purple here also, olive on the hip skirt, weird translucent pieces here on the hip skirts. So I think this is a super cool bot mode. I think he really looks dope. Very clean for the back, of course it's backpack, but I think that's okay. I would say that's okay. Packs in good, very safe. And I say that's a very nice Onslaught. I really like him. I really do like him. Maybe I even have him stay a little bit like this and not in Bruticus. But I have to decide that on a later day. As for articulation, he looks a good bit down, up. He has a springy thing in the neck. I don't know what that is about, but pushing this up, it really comes down. This is weird. Going 360 all around. We got these rocket hubs, launchers, whatever, on the shoulders here, which turn around and are on a ball pack, so you can adjust them how you see fit when you do the arm. Coming to the arm, soft ratchets all around, not irregular, very nice. Comes out this far, that's very good. You can adjust it as you see fit. This is not packed in anywhere. This is weird, even though we have a pack here with a huge stress mark, just see that. So that is good. We have this armature here that helps you do a little bit more, but the thing is, the elbow is restricted, single jointed, gets you a little bit over 90 degrees. That's nice, so that's good, I would say. Super heavy bicep swivel, very stiff, be mindful of that. And we got the hand, the wrist swivel with base pin knuckle and additional pin on the middle here, nothing on the end. Thumb is on the ball, otherwise fused, so there's some weird posages possible. Not a real good looking fist, so that's weird. Same on the other side, of course. Let's collapse that back. Then we got, see this is very weird. This is one of those weird choices I'm talking about. And we got the waist swivel going all around, that's nice. No ab crunch. This guy came before the whole ab crunch era. Hip skirts move forward. That's nice enough. These also are not packed in. They always come undone. I keep it like this, so that's probably the best look. For the legs, it's getting weird again. We got very stiff front ratchet. Very hard ratchet to the back. And, oh, damn. This here is soft and working way better. Again, a weird choice. Knee pad on a swivel, that's nice. Soft ratcheted knee gives you 90 degrees, that's good. An unhealthy rocker on the foot and a feet pivot, that's called like that, and a toe tilt down, but that gives you anything for actual posage. So I think overall he's articulated nice, but there's just some weird choices. Height-wise, he's coming down to 25 centimeters to the top of his head, 30 to the top of his cannons. So with this, we're around 10 inches. Here we're about 12 inches. And weighing it at 625 grams. So only plastic, but a big boy. Articulation wise, you can get a little bit out of him. Like if he wants to command his troops, you can have that because the index finger is nice and straight. that works fine. So something like this, and the leg. I think this looks rather fine. Very quick, very natural. He can also run. But due to the fact that he doesn't have he doesn't have an ab crunch, and those ratchets are super hard, you really need to work him, and then also get his waist swivel in there. It's just hard. It's just really hard. And then also a little bit unnaturally get the arm out for some counterweight and bring the leg into the back to manage the weight to the side, get it as much out as you need so he has a counterweight, and then he can kind of run. That's possible, but you need to work everything in order to balance him out. Let me tell you, straightening him out for the comparison was a pain as this thing. I have some fear on those ratchets, but let's give it the usual go around. First, his Combaticon brother Archimon aka Brawl, which looks fine, I guess, and his second Combaticon brother Swindle aka Gazranka, and I believe that's looking very fine. But just so you see that this doesn't scale with any human figures. And since Storm Collectibles is very popular on my channel, here we got Super Street Fighter 2 Ryu. And to bring us a little bit down into perspective, sorry, that was my actual plate. So that gives you a scale of how big he is. So let's get this guy transformed. Mode 1, with the hand being around like this, rotated 180. Open this whole flap, open this, rotate, bring it in, close it up. Flip this guy 180. Below here we got a little pack. We bring this out, and then we rotate all of this, and as you can see, we now collapse all of this so it sits just right, and the hood comes in here, the windshield comes in here, and you situate the top of the cap accordingly so you have all of this dangling up here. Flip this up and bring this in this position. This becomes important later on. Repeat this step on the other arm. You then want to open up the chest panels and flip this guys up. Rotate the arms to the back, bring these up and pack these guys in to the side. Then you bring the wheels from the back to the inside, extend the waist. This is also where this little pack once sit. It was sitting right in the middle here. So what we were originally supposed to do was bring all of this out, and unfortunately there was where this pack broke off. So open up the back, also the backpack, rotate the head 180, and with the extended waist you bring the head in and you close the backpack. Then you flip the truck front to the front, making sure that these rocket pads or hubs or launchers actually look to the back, which is not an easy feat to do while having to maneuver the caps to the front. Pack all of these now together, and below with a double hinge, bring these guys to the undercarriage, completing the actual cap. Keep the lower legs in this position. Flip this out, bring it over, pack the panels in on the side, ×2, and while doing that, maneuver those over each other, pack them together and bring these together so that you then have this kind of a platform. Collapse the foot to the back, unpack the wheels, turn them 180 and clip them in again. The foot and the combiner port can come out, but that's not that big of a problem. Finally, take the middle part from the underside here and bring it in, and you're done with the cab. And I think that's a very, 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 very cool truck mode, and I highly enjoyed this actually, because we got a lot of vroom factor going around. As you can see, he rolls like a champ all around. Really, really nice. The paint details come through nicely. We have a little bit of a play factor with this big cannon on the back. Rotates here, up, down, or you can just have it rest up here. Like I said, rubber tires with the rims, those little rocket hubs or guns, or I don't know. So immensely cool, very, very cool. Even from the feet we got some actual brake lights and directional lights. It's not fully straight, but it still works, and it just looks really, really good. I think it looks really, really, really good, and it's a great truck mode actually. And it also comes in very big, 37 centimeters, so around 15 inch, I believe. Yeah, no, 14, 15 inch. That works, very nice. And here we got him with Swindle and with Brawl in alternate mode, and I think that's shaping up quite nicely. And Brawl can even fit on the back. We start to combiner mode at the legs. You flip these guys up and you split the legs again. This is also becoming the front for the combiner mode. You want to then flip these together, like bringing it back to Onslaught mode. Unpack them from the legs, unpack these pieces and fold all of this out. This is one of the cool or the easy parts. You really just also pull and bring this part out. Also very nice, it just stays here. You just then open the feet up, fold all of this down, and these two holes become important back then, but we'll get to that. Rotate the wheels 180 and fold them to the back. All of this also on the second leg. For the actual combination, or for the actual combiner mode on this leg, you then bring the legs 90 degrees and you fold them down by this secondary joint, which is how it works. Rotate all of this 180, open up the leg. This way this all just gets detached or also detangled, and you slide all of this up, close it up again. Same on the other side, so it looks like this. Finally rotate the attachments 180, fold out the rest of the hip skirts, bring it to the front, and that's the lower combiner part. This is going to be fun. I do not enjoy this. Rotate the cab to the front, detach the chest panels from below the truck, unfold the arms. Make sure to always situate these missile pod thingies so they don't get entangled too much with the rest of the bot, otherwise you just break them off or something. Flip the wheels to the back again, have all of this stretched out, bring this down and this to the back. Flip all of this down, unpack the chest again, bring it in level up here, peg it into the side or to the front. So just for the time being, flip these down, bring it fully to the back, because now you flip this down and you bend this to the inside and make sure that you peg this peg into this port to then connected, and also have the little pack up here on the inside where my finger just is, again to the inside so that it solidifies all of this. Bring the rocket thingy up, bring this flap down, and this all here. Doesn't pack in fully, but it helps a little. And all of this on the other side. Detach, bring down, rotate 180, make sure this stays out of the way. Bumper to the back, bring in, peg in below here, have the chest panel up here, and bring this again on the little peg on the inside here. Rocket hub up, rotate, bring to the back, and have it look remotely like this. Finally open up the backpack and bring out the head, close it up again, bring it down, rotate it around, the plate packs into a little port on the inside, extend the crest and the antennae if they want to. And finally, coming to the back, detach the cannons from each other, bring out these parts and pack them into these monstrous ports on the back. And then there you finally have your Bruticus combined mode after you pack in the plate with these packs to these two ports, which is the easiest part of this. I'm gonna clean it up, we'll take a look at it. And this is a combined mode for now. We can't do much with it right now, but I think it looks quite the part already. One thing afterwards, you also, of course, need to bring out these packs, which can be hurtful. So make sure you use some lever, but at least they're very rough. So they held everything nicely. And all around, I think this is a good part, except for this big hole, but otherwise it's closed off, it's looking nice, and I believe, of course I know because I had it standing for quite a while, this is going to be a nice Bruticus, and yeah, for that now, I think that's good, and it's actually towering over a lot, but for this now it's not functional, so we're not going to do any actual comparison, but yeah, that's him. And there he was, Unique Toys M03 Kalecgos, aka Onslaught. Is he good? Yeah, he is. I like him, but he's not clean of mistakes. Like I said, the broken off piece in the middle wasn't really necessary to hold them together. It's very tight, so that works. Was also, I believe, a tolerance problem. Otherwise, nothing else really broke, only small things on the paint. Light up would have been nice, so there's that. Also that the head is weirdly springy. That is weird. Transformation to truck is fun, and I think the combiner legs are really good. I just put it all down a little bit. You see everything over there. I want to keep this a little bit more short, you know, because everything else you see in the review. Price is good for what you get. TF Robots has him for 135, which is good for the size, for the transformation, and that you get Bruticus in there. So I think that's good. Packaging I still dislike, but this looks better, just a tad better than the others. So that's where it is, and I think the look of this guy is really cool. The bot mode and alternate mode are really cool. Of course, the alternate mode doesn't scale too well with Swindle's Jeep mode and Brawl in particular, but at least you can put Brawl on the back. So I think that is overall very nice, and the additional cat hair. Speaking of cats, before we get to that, last thing, play value. Posing this guy is fun. When I have him in this single mode, I fiddle with him a lot because I think he is a lot of fun, even though there are some weird choices like the none packed in arm panels, let's call it like that. But otherwise, he is fun. I think he is fun and I think he's cool. But what does the cat say? Little cat, what about this guy? No? Big guy's also not the trend. Huh. Cat no likey. Who would have thought? I don't know. She's hard to please. She's hard to please, but we're gonna keep at it. I'm sure we'll find her niche. I'm sure we'll find her niche. So, with this now, Unique Toys Kalecgos, I wish you a nice rest of the week and a nice weekend. I'll see you next time, which is Sunday. And otherwise, be good, be healthy. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.